Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, going to be a match between Jaedong and Light. Here on Neo Sylphid, bottom left going to be Jaedong, the one true Dong. He's purple today. And on the bottom right, it's a Terran. He is yellow. It is Light under his well-known Smurf name, Hotube. I have no idea why, but hey, it's going to be Jaedong versus Light here. Got this replay from RJB. So the players' identities are verified by him. He is very good at this stuff. He has good relationships with some Korean streamers and professionals. And Terry is scouting the right way on this map. This is a 3-player map. But he could have scouted to the 12 o'clock. But he didn't. Just following orders, right, Terry? Orders, he says. What are orders? Ah, that's right. You don't have a choice whether or not to follow. So, is that a form of mind control from the Overmind and Kerrigan and stuff? I feel like it is. Maybe some lore master can help me out with that. Because if you don't have a choice whether or not to obey, then are you really choosing? And is it really an order, or more like an intrusion into your mind that makes you do stuff? This is too deep. Too deep for an early game of StarCraft, right? Right. Okay. So, so barracks coming up. No command center first today. Hatch first here from Jaedong. Light says, okay, not walling off. Because this is super duper easy to wall off if I see Lings streaming across the map, which you're not going to see, Light, because, again, Jaedong went hatch first. Anyway, this is a Patreon game. For those of you who support me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. If you support me out there, thank you very much for supporting me. I do appreciate it. You're seeing this a month before everybody else on YouTube. So the week of June 24th or so. Fantastic to see it early. If you see it in the month of July, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. You can get access to Brood War content is it 6 times a week now? It's Sunday, it's Monday, it's Tuesday, it's Wednesday. By golly, it is Thursday and it is Saturday. Is that too much Brood War content for you? Maybe. Maybe it is, but the options are nice. The options certainly are nice. Anyway, one base play. Interesting, which is scouted. I think Terra the Overlord is able to see there. Wasn't a command center coming up here, or here, or here. So he says, I mean, he could be throwing up a CC here to try to mess with me, but that's really far away to float it down and try to take your second. So this is one base, right? This is barracks. This is factory. This is going to be some pressure stuff. And against a hatch for a Zerg player, I'd worry about it, except that it's Jaedong. He's going for a lair. He's got some link. He's finally going to kill this SCV who's been scouting everything he's doing. Just kidding. Is he going to kill this SCV? Not anytime soon. That's for sure. SCVs are tanky, man. Tanky fighters. No, Terry, no! He's trying. He's getting microed as hard as he can. Bleh, he says. Speed on the way for the Lings. A Vulture coming in. Are we just meching this straight up? It's been a while since we've seen a ZVT where the Terran has just gone straight for mech. Like, straight away mech as the opening. It's been so popular to go 8 racks against Zerg these days. And sometimes we've seen 8 racks moving into more of a mech play. But to just straight out open up mech, no, man. It's strange. It is strange for sure. Man, so Light versus Jaedong reminds me of a ZVT that I cast on the channel a while ago that I gave a Gosu tag to, because it has one of the most amazing moments in all of StarCraft Brood War that I've ever cast on this channel. So if you want, remind me, and I'll put a link to it in the description of Light versus Jaedong with a Gosu tag on it, which, if that doesn't intrigue you, I'm not sure what will. I have to check that one out for sure. It's got about, I don't know, 16,000 views. One of the more, more watched things on the channel over the last year, but definitely, I don't know, more people should see it, I think. More people should see that stuff. And it was mech too. It was Light going mech again. There's that second factory, so it definitely is. The second gas is going to be kind of important. No Vulture speed getting research, which I find odd. Look at how slow this is. It's like he's on a moped or something. Bzzz. Mopeds might be faster than this, actually, though. I don't know. I don't know. Spire coming in. Very standard stuff here from Jaedong. 2-base Spire opening, which is why there's an engineering bay, because you need turrets. Because unless you're opening Goliath, which is a viable thing to do, which is what's happening here, actually. Unless you're just opening mass Goliath, you want some turrets there. You probably want turrets anyway, actually. Because mutas are really annoying to deal with. And if you don't have the Terran boost upgrade yet, which Light is working on, mutas can be extremely hard to handle. So 3 mutas on the way, maybe a 4th. There we go. 4, 5. There we go. So 5. It looks like we're just going to have 5 here. Jaedong wasn't really saving up a ton of gas for this. His gas timing wasn't super early. It's going to be a Ling Muta off of 2-base play, recognizing this feels like mech. You know what? Ling Muta against Goliath is kind of incredible. Oh, is he just going to jump on? Oh my gosh, he's just going to jump on this stuff. Marines down, Goliath's down. Oh yeah, these 2 Goliaths are dead. Backs into a corner. SCV's trying to help save the day there. Another Goliath goes down. You kill the Goliaths, then the mutas have so much more fun. And look, the mutas are here. There's one turret, though. The one turret's like, we got this. This turret's like, we also got this. Mutas are like, there should have been more of us. But then, we wouldn't have shown up as early either. So, okay. Taking down a Vulture, trying to kill an SCV there, but this is really nice missile turret placement here and here. Kind of bottles the mutas into a kind of a no-fly zone there, where they don't want to be, but where the only place that they can be is there. Vulture says, if you try to naked expand to that 3rd location, you're not going to have a good time with it, Jaedong, at all. So, Goliath count is at 3. The mutas are trying to find stuff to do, but there's only 5. Okay, there's 6 of them. Is he going? He's stopped mining gas from the natural. So this isn't going to be like a 47 Mutalisk play. This is a handful of mutas. And it looks like he's saving enough money to expand, but also not. Okay, now he's just taking it. He's just taken Kachow. Just taking the 3rd base at the minerals. So the mutas are trying to get in here. Get some work done, but guess who's here? Ton of Goliaths. Guess what they've got? Charon boost upgrade. Which means they get extra hits off on the mutas. Only half damage, but look at the distance they can hit them from. So if you're getting hits off on the mutas and not taking any damage yourself as a Goliath, that's worth it, man. Is it only half damage? Yes. Is it effectively free damage? Yes. Definitely is. Once again, it's not really helping our Vulture guys out, right? They don't have spider mines. They don't have the speed upgrade. That's because we're going all of the Goliaths, which we've seen Jaedong lose. We've seen him lose to this in one of the most amazing upsets of all StarCraft Brood War history. The Russian player Advokat took down Jaedong by doing this very thing. Just a ton of Goliaths going for a really strong timing against Jaedong, and then Jaedong died to it. So that was years ago, and this is Jaedong in 2020. So, I mean, he's probably not going to die to something like that. He's doing a great job trading against these Goliaths, by the way. It's another one dead. He's just... Okay, you're starting to drop mutas there, so it's time to back out. 3rd base coming in quite nicely. Just, yeah, man, this is the Advokat strategy. This is just make nothing but Goliaths. We've seen Idra do this in ZVTs before as well. Yeah, man, just nothing but Goliaths. Goliaths, Goliaths, all Goliaths. No Vultures, no siege tanks, just Goliaths. With +1 armor to make it harder for the Ling to chew them down. I like the Hydra play. The Hydra tech switch here. Hydras do really well against Goliath, especially with some Lings in support. I don't know if we're going to see any of those, but I do like the idea of Ling Hydra against this mass Goliath. Again, Advokat style strategy. I don't know that Advokat came up with this. I'm going to say he didn't, obviously, but man, if you beat Jaedong with the strategy, I think the strategy belongs to you now. I just do. It was an amazing, like a 2008 moment, something like that. Many years ago. Starport coming in, perhaps for some irradiate on these really pesky Mutalisks. Any sign? Oh, this SCV wants to know if there's a base up here yet, and you're not going to know. Because, oh, maybe he did catch a glimpse of that drone as it was coming in. All right. Hey, guess who has speed now? Yay, the Vultures are getting some respect. And siege mode's on the way. Light! Light's moving into regular old mech stuff, which is really good against Hydras. This might be Light just kind of out-tech switching Jaedong here, which I 100% support. utterly support that. Faster Overlord movements on the way. Hydra speed. It's already done. We got Hydra range coming in. Hydra +1 attack 2. Dropship on the way. Okay, and a science facility. So he's getting a dropship, but also I think we want to go for that irradiate as well. Just Goliath's in fantastic position. Oh, siege tank. Dead. Siege Turk. Not dead. Mutas really want that siege tank because there are so many Hydras out. And every siege tank is a major problem. Meanwhile, Vulture's got into the third base and wreaked some absolute havoc. And by that I mean, they got 4 kills. Okay, maybe like 5 or 6 kills. Last 2 ones there. Very nice. 32 to 46 workers in favor of the Terran right now. This is how you play mech, man. You just run your Vultures across the map. You attack bases. Focus on workers. You gotta keep the other player down, whether they're Protoss or whether they're Zerg. Playing mech is pretty much the same thing. In that you gotta use these Vultures in the early game to make sure your opponent doesn't expand 100 times and make 100 workers and then you die. So Vulture's a big part of that play. Hydras are like, well, there's 1 tank. Dang it, say the Hydras. That's not good. 4th base is done from Jaedong. No sign of a 3rd from Light. No sign of a 3rd from Light. Vultures. Cruising out again. Spider Mines. Hey, Spider Mine research done? No, he canceled it. It was in the production tab, I swear. And then he was like, it's Mass Hydra. This is not going to be fine. Spider Mines are not good against Mass Hydra. Well, if they have detection anyway, which they do because it's a Zerg player. Queen's Nest on the way here too. Vultures, once again, getting into this 3rd. Investing in a single Sunken would absolutely stop this from happening. It would. He's down to 35 drones now. Look at this, though. He's like, okay, this is happy. No 3rd base here. No 3rd base here for Light. Fantastic. Really good. Tank count is 3. So the Hydras are oh, there we go. Trying to... Woo, trying to do what they can. They're just forcing the tanks to siege up. So they're going to move another 2 inches, siege up again. Doing this to keep the tank count from, not showing up right here is exactly how this needs to be done by Jaedong. He knows that. Flyer Carapace getting a research. Additional missile attacks coming in here. 2 for the Hydralisk. They got +1. They want +2. Goliaths are at +1/+1, which is nice, with +2 attack on the way. And yeah, just more and more factories. How many factories can you support on 2 bases is the question. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 seems like a lot to support on 2 bases, but if you're just making Goliaths, they're pretty cheap. All things considered, they hit hard, but they're slow. I don't know. Their ground attack is pretty good, too. Muta's going to try to dart on in. Oh, there's 1 Goliath and a missile turret here. I think the Mutas could maybe wipe that out. There's only 6 of them, though. Once again, the Vultures are like, you know what I bet there isn't at this base is a Sunken. And there's not, but there's a bunch of Hydras, nevertheless. So yeah, it's gonna be Hydras. This is so many Hydralisks from Jaedong. Oh, and this 4th base is getting snagged as well. Dude, this drone count is not happy at all. 42 at 13 minutes. I mean, it's Jaedong, so it's really good, but it could be better. As Pedro Pascal might say in a Wonder Woman movie. This worker count is good, but it could be better. Man, Pedro Pascal has been busy over the last couple of years. Playing The Mandalorian. He's in some movie with Nicolas Cage that I've seen some ads for, but no one's really ever talked about, so it can't be that good. I might see it, though. It looks funny. It's Nick Cage. Nick Cage being funny is funny, right? And Pedro Pascal is just so frigging talented. First time I saw him was when he was Oberyn on Game of Thrones, and just blew that part out of the water. So good. So interesting. So good. Another base coming in here from Jaedong. The 3rd base is getting established from Light here. But I feel like Jaedong is setting up for an attack. But look at how many tanks there are. Okay, so we did get the Spider Mines eventually. They're doing nothing. As predicted. Are we going to go Queens? Is it going to be Queens with Spawn Broodling today? That's got to be the question, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Oh, wow. Are we going? This is not going to work. I'm going to predict a not work here for Jaedong. The Mutos are trying... I don't know what they're doing at all. Are they trying to take down these tanks? There we go. Sort of now. The spider mines are getting a little bit of work done. They're slowing the Hydras down a little bit anyway. And that's it, man. 2 tanks remain. Not enough Hydras to break that. It's 117 to 83 supply. And sure, Hydras do manage to sneak down to this 4th base that Light has taken, but it's only 3 Hydralisks. And, I mean, did they kill any SCVs at all? Maybe a couple. Maybe a couple, but look at this. Tank Goliath. These Hydras are just getting eaten. I think that's it. Jaedong has stopped microing. I think he realizes he's done. This army is pretty fast. They're making a beeline, and it's just Hydra attack is not going to work. How many games have we ever seen Hydra attack work against a meching Terran of this level and this magnitude? No. I don't know that we've ever... No, we have. We have seen it work. It just requires some amazing setup and getting an absolutely perfect surround. GG! Jaedong taps out. His 5th base is under fire. He's got another Vulture inside his 3rd base. His worker count is not as happy as it wants to be. These tanks have +2 attack. That's a 9-kill siege tank. Don't mind him. And yeah, that everything ended here, right? This was Jaedong going for a big Hydra Muta concave. Boof. Went in. I don't know why the Mutos are not trying to focus down the tanks. I feel like they 100 billion% should have been trying to focus down the tanks, but it seemed like they were distracted somehow, right? I don't know. That was weird. I don't know why the Mutalisks went for the tanks, but that was a pretty good game by Light, that's for sure. Went mech first. No Marines, just Goliaths with Charon boosters. +1, and then +2 attack at 16 minutes. Made some tanks, made some spider mines. Again, the spider mines did not kill many Hydralisks, but it slowed down the Hydralisk push, so there were more shots from the tanks connecting on Hydralisks, and that is a very, very good thing if you're a Terran player. Snook a 4th base. We had 55 SCVs. Again, Vultures keeping the drone count lower than it should be at the 3rd base and the 4th base. The 5th base, again, under siege by tanks. And yeah, mech can be very, very, very hard. Very hard to handle if you're a Zerg player. And that's why Terran players in the comments say, why did you go 8 racks, professional Terran player against Zerg? Why didn't you just go mech? It's a lot easier, it looks like, but I feel like Light makes it easier than it is. Makes it look easier than it is here today, right? Right. Woof. Okay, so we got 94,000 points here from Light, 81,000 for Jaedong. Seems reasonable. Outproduced the Terran, 236 to 193. But got out-killed, 142 to 97. Yeah, that math makes a lot of sense. A lot of dead Hydralisks at the end of the day. 26,000 points there for Light, 27,000 from Jaedong. Had a lot, but man, tanks are the great equalizer. Like, if you get allotted... right? A lot of Zergs show up and your tanks are just firing away. Then it doesn't matter how much of a lot the Zerg player brought. They're just going to lose. They're going to die. They're going to die. Anyway. Good stuff. Great stuff. So that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered and a Patreon replay. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.